friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week of December the 20th to the 26th. Okay, so let's get started by selecting an oracle card for the end of the reading for Taurus. Okay. There we go. That will be Taurus's card. Now let's proceed into the major arcana only to see where along the Fool's journey does Taurus find themselves this week. Okay, well the Hangman wanted to come out, but the Sun came out, so that's great. Maybe the Hangman is relevant. We'll leave the Hangman out as well. That felt like it wanted to come out in my hands, but you know, seeing the Sun card is a great card for Taurus. Why not? Why not have some of that great Sun energy? We did just go through... Oh, I can't get that card to stay in the spot. There. We just did have that beautiful energy from the solar eclipse. And let's see how that's going to play out here. I love the Sun card. Such great energy of celebrating life and feeling prosperous and abundant and sustainable and just feeling really, really like as bright as the sun. That's great energy for Taurus now, but it's interesting. I wonder if it's coming at a cost. Is that coming at a cost here for Taurus with that Hanged Man energy next to it? Are you having to sacrifice something? Are you reflecting on something that you... Ooh, that card wanted to come out right away. The Four of Pentacles. Interesting. You're not... Ooh, the camera lighting changed a lot. There we go. Four of Pentacles energy here is Capricorn energy for you, Taurus, but it really is a time where you're not feeling like you want to share. You're not feeling very abundant, even though you did draw the Sun card. Perhaps that's a guidance here. Page of Pentacles... So really a time where there is a lot of energy around you to start something new. Perhaps this is a time for you to be a bit gentle with yourself here, because you're certainly not feeling very abundant, feeling a little like a miser, a little bit like the Scrooge archetype here, not feeling... Oh, interesting. We see the Queen of Swords in the Seven of Swords, and the Queen is in reverse. So that's interesting. You might be really doubting about... You might be doubting something, whether or not it's genuine. You having seeing these two cards together makes me think that you're doubting the sincerity of something around you. You're having some thoughts about whether or not something might not be as it appears. Interesting, interesting. What's on the bottom of the deck? Seven of Pentacles. And you're wondering how much of yourself you've invested in this situation already. This is fascinating, seeing that Queen of Swords with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. This trio of cards together tells me a tale of really questioning where you have invested yourself, because you're starting to think perhaps there is something deceptive or something that isn't sincere or authentic about a situation that you've already invested quite a bit of yourself in. And this could involve another person, or this could be something that you yourself have, you know, a project or a path that you or yourself have invested a lot in. And now you're feeling like, well, I can't let go of it. I can't let go of it maybe, or I can't start over, or I can't include someone in this. This is interesting. I feel like you almost have a new opportunity here. And maybe that's why we're seeing the Sun, is that there is a new start available here with this Page of Pentacles and that Sun card. Four of Wands coming out right away here as I talk about that. So there is something coming up that could be full of inner balance, full of inner reward, a feeling where you wouldn't be feeling like the Hangman in sacrifice. It would feel balanced, almost like a marriage or a collaboration here for Taurus. Something choice, interesting. Three of Cups. There is a moment of celebration here. There is a time coming up where we can see some happy emotions with like-minded people, you know, like feeling like you're with the right people and you feel good on the inside, you're feeling good on the outside. Judgment. So you're waiting for something to come to a close, which is, I think, why that Hanged Man wanted to come out initially. And you're waiting for the final outcome on a situation before you feel like you can trust it and move forward, either with it or away from it. It's going to depend, as this is a general reading, but it's almost like Taurus is going to come into some sort of clarity here. They've been waiting on this clarity, Hanged Man. They're coming into that clarity with this Judgment card, and it's going to create an atmosphere of inner reward and celebration with people, like-minded people. Perhaps you're going to see something clearly where right now you don't. Right now you might be really doubting something's authenticity and doubting your investment in it. Perhaps you're going to see the truth about it. What's going on with this Queen of Swords in reverse? Four of Swords. So yeah, you need to recover from something. You got the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Four of Wands. So you're really at a time where it's like really important how you are viewing things. What's your perspective here? Is it that, scarcity or abundance? What is your inner environment? Peaceful or, out of sync, out of balance? And what is the mental state right now? Are you recovering from something, or are you, I don't know, are you just being too active about something? Perhaps you need some time to really reflect on this situation. I was asking specifically why the Queen of Swords is in reverse, and it's, I think, because you're not certain. You need time to reflect. You're not certain about something, Taurus, and you're wondering about how authentic it is. It's really interesting here. Eight of Pentacles. And I was looking at the Seven of Pentacles as I was shuffling. That makes me think that you're really working hard towards something here. You're no slouch. Like, you've become a kind of a master. You know what your efforts are. You know what your talents are. You know that you're a hard worker here, that you've made a lot of sort of steps forward in becoming a master, actually, at what you do. And so I wonder how that factors in here for Taurus with this situation. Hierophant. You're seeking some truth about yourself here, and you're maybe starting to acknowledge yourself a bit with that Eight of Pentacles and Hierophant. You could be seeking truth about yourself. You're being more reflective. You're being more questioning, perhaps, about being more mindful, like you're starting to question that inner environment more and not sort of just let things run on autopilot so much. And you're finding out what your patterns are. What are your patterns? What are your beliefs and habits? And it's interesting that you're sort of at a place. I wonder what is making Taurus sort of consider all of this. The Tower, of course. So you're coming into some kind of truth here, Taurus, and this Tower energy is bringing in some illumination. But again, that Hanged Man energy suggests to me that in order to get to that sun after the Tower, there is a sacrifice. And I feel like you're waiting on that Judgment card here. You're waiting on that moment, and it will make you feel sort of lighter, and that you've created a space for a celebration almost. But I feel like right now more reflection is required, because things are about to shift. Things are about to shift here for you in the area of, let's see here, in the area of Seven of Wands. That's your third seven. So big choices about your authenticity. Perhaps something is going to come in to challenge you, and you're going to have to make a choice, because it's going to be very illuminating. This is interesting, Taurus. Could be a very interesting week for you to sort of be authentic yourself. And we see the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck as I say that, followed by the Empress and the Nine of Cups. But the Nine of Cups is in reverse. So it's almost like, I feel like that, I always think the Nine of Cups in reverse is a time where you change your mind about what you thought was ideal. You know, you have a shift. And I think that seeing the Page of Swords there, I think you will have a shift, and you're going to see a more creative path potentially that will lead to a new path for you. Nine of Cups, a new emotional pathway of feeling good and feeling like you're aligned, and that you're walking towards this sun here without sacrificing something. And perhaps you've been sacrificing yourself, because when I see the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles, that tells me that you're seeking some deep truths about you and your abilities. So perhaps you're learning something really profound and insightful about yourself that's going to sort of shed some light on some sacrifices you've been making here, albeit willingly, maybe blind to the reason you're really doing it, the root of why you're sacrificing yourself here. You are, after all, tied to the Tree of Wisdom here, so you're learning a lot, and I think things are shifting for you. Page of Swords, you're starting to see things differently, but I feel like you're keeping it close to your chest. You're not really talking about it yet, because it's really changed how you see a perfect outcome. Nine of Cups in reverse. But you are still walking towards your sun. Let's see what your oracle guidance is. There's the image. The card is magic. Beautiful. Trust your inner wisdom. Yeah, take time for introspection. Four of Swords. Explore the etheric realms. Your spirit is immortal. Yeah, you are seeking truth about who you really are. And you're starting to understand that it might be different than what you thought. Trusting your inner wisdom and taking time for introspection and exploring the etheric realms. Magic. This is very interesting. I think you're starting to shift out of a place of scarcity, because you're starting to see things completely differently with this Tower card here. And it's shifted what you thought your ideal outcome would be, because you're starting to understand something on an inner level, which can be so profound and such a moving experience. Wow, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Taurus. If this has resonated and you would like a personal reading, you can find my email and a description of readings that I offer down below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, watching, and subscribing. And we'll see you again next week for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light.